Okay, I'm going to be talking about playing cards today, and I've been looking into reading playing cards with Anna Cortez's deck and with her book, and then I started thinking about reading playing cards that are, well, you can read the regular playing cards, but you can also get illustrated decks, scenic decks or illustrated decks. And I was kind of looking out for those, and I found three really terrific decks on Amazon. And I'm going to show you the decks, and I'll tell you a little bit of my experience with them as far as reading them. Well, I haven't read with one of them, but I have read. This is the Vincent Van Gogh playing card deck by Pipmen. Amazon. Very, these decks are not much money. They're very inexpensive. I can't remember what they were, maybe $10, I don't know. But compared to tarot decks, I mean, they're more expensive than the cheap playing cards, but they have pictures on each of the cards. These are the backs. These are the backs. So how you would do this, I mean, you would do it your own way, but how I do it is I lay them out and I read them according to Anna Cortez's book. And what you look at is you look at the element. Now this would be the spade. No, this would be the earth. And then you look at the number. It's an odd number. And then you would look at the color, which is black. So as you filter through these decks, the cards, you would get more and more information out of them just by the number, the element, which is the water element, and the color. So you could just read like that. And then, of course, she does use, there's no tens in her decks. Well, there's tens in her decks, but the tens are the ladies. So she goes, you read 1 to 9, and then you read the 10s, 11s, 12s, 13s, which is the 10, the jack, the queen, and the king. And that's her style of reading. Now, so if you pick a 10, now this is interesting. I use this deck to read with her style. The 10s are all bouquets of flowers by Mr. Van Gogh. And and this would be a lady. And so it kind of works out really well for ladies. There's the 10 of water. Let's see, the 10 of fire, which is another a floral thing. And there's the 10 of, no, this is not, wait a minute, I'm confused. Yeah, this is fire. This would be, the 10 of clubs would be the 10 of air. That's the air suit. So her suits are a little different, but they're easily accommodated. They're not suits, they're elements. So the clubs are air, fire, water, and then there's the 10 of spades, which is the earth suit. So this really accommodates well to Anna's, as far as the ladies are concerned. So you'd read them 1 to 9 with through numerology and through her system, and then your tens would be the ladies, and then you go regular through the jacks, the majors. And here's here's a major. This would be the queen of earth, the queen of spades. There is the oh, that's a 7. Now, so I did read this. I did do a reading with these cards. Now, the interesting thing is I'm using her elements and her filtering, how she filters her cards when she looks at her cards. Looking at the color, the suit, and then the number. Like this would be 12. This would be a 12 number because it's the queen. Now, in her deck, she has a scenic deck, and she has people on it. Now, I could refer to that, but what I've been doing is I then look at these images. So I'm following her guidelines, but I am looking at these images instead. And these are great images. I mean, these are just awesome. And the reading was pretty much on target. I really enjoyed the reading. So there's people in here, there's, landscapes, there's florals. And he did a lot of, Mr. Van Gogh, Vinny, as I call him, he did a lot of self-portraits. So there's a fair number of self-portraits in here. which you could read as his self-portrait or your own self-portrait. You know, you could kind of see it many ways. So, I mean, reading is very, you know, it's very individual. This is one of my favorite cards. Beautiful colors. So, that's a way of, you know, maybe reading a playing card deck. But if you want to pull from some images, you could actually use one of these illustrated or decks that are illustrated. Every card is illustrated. So that's the Van Gogh. I think that's how you say it. Piatnik. Now this is another one. I haven't used this one yet. I'm not even sure if I opened it. Yeah, I did open it. This is the Pipmen deck by Elephant Playing Cards. I didn't read with this one yet, but this is such a cool deck. Beautiful cards. Beautiful card stock. And there's no reason why you can't read with this. These are, I don't know what that is, 11. No, 11? Was that 11? Wait a minute, maybe those are just the title cards. Okay. So we have these really cool, you know, this would be, again, I would read according to Anna Cortez, or maybe I'll eventually develop my own system, I don't know. So this would be the Ace of Earth. And, you know, it looks cool. And then we have the 2 of Earth, the 3 of Earth, 4 of Earth, 5 of Earth. Very cool. Very cool. I didn't use this one yet, but now, so this would be a woman. This would be a ladies. This would be, because you stop at the 9, which makes sense. There's a, you know, when you look at the Rider Waite, or even the Marseille, how to read the Marseille, the 9s and the 10s are very similar, you know, so you don't really need the 10s. 10s really are good to use for the ladies. And the Jack, and the Queen, and the King. So look at, this is very cool. This is a, you know, kind of a minimalist, but I would suggest extremely readable. Look at the 9 of Hearts. Now, isn't that interesting? Because they have like the rainbow colors in it. I mean, totally readable. The 10 would be, you know, and here's got the water. I mean, is that wild or what? So you can really accommodate these towards. Now this is the air suit. So we got little, it's kind of like leaves or something. That's cool. So she sees the clubs as air, and if you think of the air, that's hard to. But you think of a leaf, you know, leaf blowing. And then we have the diamonds are fire, which makes a lot of sense. It looks like fire. Look at that. That's crazy. Let's see if the 6s are all sort of different like that. Let's see if another 6. I haven't used this to read, but I thought, I don't know, man, this looks really good. No, they're a little different. Yeah, this is a little crazy going on there. Okay, so that is the Pipmen deck. Pipmen. Again, I think this is a very readable deck. I haven't used it though, so. But you know, the cards are just sort of cues for your own imagination and your own intuition. So, and that's what that is. And then. I don't think I think I read with this other deck one time, and it was really interesting. And that is the Banksy playing cards. This is the guy who does, he's still around. I mean, he's a young guy. He does graffiti. His work now sells for millions and millions of dollars. But he is a graffiti artist. And he's British, but his identity isn't known. They suspect they know who he is, but he's sort of anonymous. These are the backs, graffiti-like, and then you have beautiful cards. They're nice pictures. They're pretty good size, considering these are just a poker deck. And again, very readable. Look at these evocative pictures. This is this would be the Earth suit. Now, if you're thinking about tarot, you might have there might be a stretch, but maybe not. But if you're just reading with the numbers, again, you're reading with Anna Cortez. It's the numbers, the color, and the element, and that's that's the starting point, and then you'll go off from there. But you could also, the next step would be looking at the picture and see if anything strikes you. A pink bow on a helicopter. I mean, that's so cool. So this is the Banksy. Now there's a few oddly strange paintings, but oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? Peace and war. So if you're reading playing cards, of course, people that read playing cards, I don't know if they're really devotees of playing cards. They probably don't want all these pictures on there. But I think these would really be good for someone like me who is interested in pictures, interested in art. And then I love all the oddities in each picture. I mean, you can just draw from something, like a little red thing that could be drawing your interest, or the hammer, or there's all these little elements on these cards that you can just really take off on. Oh man, this is so crazy. So crazy. Whoopsie daisy. Oh dear. So very cool deck. I love this image. I think I first saw this image a long time ago. So that is another illustrated playing card deck that can be used for reading. And I'm going to use these more for my own readings and see where it takes me. I'm going to switch it up. Try different things. Try different decks. And I did this deck. This was really a wonderful deck to read, I found. But it's very individual. I hope I've been in the screen, because I didn't check to see if I'm actually in the screen. So just a quick look at some illustrated playing card decks that are inexpensive. They're evocative, and I think they could be great springboards for your intuitive readings. And you could also use the elements. You could use the suits. I mean, the elements are the suits. You could use the numbers. You could use the colors, and then maybe get into the imagery and go off on the imagery as well. I did do it with the Vincent Van Gogh, and it was very, very, pretty much on target. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting. I got all these decks. I've been going through like a buying spree. I've been a bad girl. So anyways, I thought these were interesting. Have a great day.